What's up, Traders Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option. Today, I'm going to be explaining some positive things that I saw out of the stock market, even as it didn't explode the way many people were. So I'm going to break down what happened with the S&P and the Triple Q. I'm going to talk about that one ETF that I've been watching very closely. We'll look at the VIX, and we're going to talk about bonds because that's basically what everything is. So with that, let's dig in. Folks, I've been meeting with you and anybody who wants to show up live every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time while this mess of the market is going on. I want to make sure you're guided through all the action. And I've laid out that I've got 3 levers that I'm watching. And I'm going to re-explain those different levers that I'm watching. All right, so the first is not the S&P 500. It's actually the Russell 2000. So the Russell 2000 was up more than the Triple Q, the Dow, or the S&P. That is the first time we've seen that since we bottomed. When we bottomed, it didn't lead, and it hasn't led on any other days. It's led us lower. It has not led us higher. On Monday, the Russell 2000 was the strongest index. So I'm watching IWM, which was up 1.18%, while the S&P was only up 0.8. So I'm watching IWM really closely. I want to see if it makes a secondary breakout move and attempts to actually make a run back to like 195, up about $9 from here. Because the first lever is IWM leading. Second lever is the bond market stable. Bond market had dropped straight down up until Friday. We got a nice rally on Friday that led to the markets picking up in the afternoon. And then bonds remained strong on Monday. Bonds up on Tuesday. We could see the other the other indexes move up again. Now, the Qs. This was a little bit of a surprise. I was expecting the Qs to absolutely explode Monday morning. Why? Because of tariff rollbacks. But that really wasn't the case. We had a big winner in Apple. Well, not big relative to where it opened up. Apple initially opened up over 210 and then kind of slowly sold off all day, but still closed the day up over 2%, back over $200. But Apple's gain was just about everyone else's loss. Amazon was down. Broadcom was down. Meta was down. Microsoft was down. Tesla was pretty flat. So the other names in the Magnificent Seven did not have a great Monday, but Apple did. So Apple and the IWM were really our 2 points of strength. But now, let's look at my third lever, which is the VIX. And I want to show you what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the VIX itself. I'm not looking at this April feature. This April contract expires on Wednesday morning. So as you're watching this, it's got 1 day of trading left. So it's basically trading at the same price as the VIX. What I'm paying attention to is the relationship of May and June. This morning, May was trading almost 2 points above June. It's now only about 75 basis points. We see this relationship flatten up to even, and then we see the Russell leading and bonds leading. That is a recipe for a several-day strong rally, something we might see this week. We've got a shortened week. Markets are closed on Friday. You might see a little bit of bullishness this week and then some new decision-making after the holiday. So what do? Watch my 3 levers and trade accordingly. All right? So for IWM, which I think could be strong, I'm looking at TNA. It's only $22, but it's the 3x shares. And I like, if you like the Russell higher, which I kind of do, then some short dated calls in TNA. I'm talking the 23 calls for 80 cents, something along those lines. Those could pay very quickly and become very profitable because I do kind of like the way the market sets up for this week. All right, everybody. Yet again, join me every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time here at Option Pit. And if you're watching me on YouTube, and there's a link here to join. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please like, subscribe. And if you have a question, ask away, and I will answer it. All right, folks, I hope you have a great trading week. I'm Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Have a good one.